The 2021 NBA draft is one of the most stacked drafts in terms of potential stars in recent memory. Much will be said about the consensus top 4 players and their star caliber, but the draft is filled with high potential players going deep into the first round. None more interesting than Alperen Şengün. The recent Turkish League MVP has put up impressive stats and at just 18 years old has taken the Turkish League by storm and carried a young Beşiktaş team into the final 4 of the playoffs. Şengün, a skillful big man who is deadly at the post, is pipped to be one of the top 15 picks this year. While not one of the big names in the draft, he certainly has his admirers in a league that is becoming increasingly smaller, faster and more skillful. But this begs the question, what makes him so special?
I mean, I think his IQ is pretty good as a player. I think he can read the game really well. He's not intimidated. I feel like Alperen. He just goes after it. I think by watching his games, he always feels like he's in control. He knows what he's doing out there. They're talking about like a teenager, an 18-year-old kid leading a team of grown men. In a well-run league.
Among centres in the Turkish League, Alperen is first in points, blocks and steals, while being second and third in assists and rebounds respectively. All the key qualities needed to be successful in the NBA appear to be there. All seems pretty good, right? So what's the catch? Well, like most players coming from Europe, his defense isn't great and he can often get caught on an island while defending.
I think defensively, he can be a bit sluggish, but that's always the concern for European guys, right? Turkish players or European players. Is the foot speed, how good is their lateral quickness? Can they go from one side of the court to the other? And so I think he might struggle a bit defending guys like Joel Embiid in the post. I think Alperen at first, of course, it's going to be a transitional phase for him, in terms of his strength, in terms of his defense. But I think maybe once you get to like year 2 and year 3, when he improves those qualities, whether it's his strength or his defense, I think he could run with the best, whether that's Jokic or Embiid or even guys like Clint Capella and stuff like that. So I think once he improves his defense, because he is a bit sluggish, he is a bit heavy with his feet. I can tell when he's trying to keep up with players in front of him. But I think once he adapts to the league, I think he'll be fine.
Şengün also struggles in one area which has quickly become the most valuable asset in the modern NBA, three-point shooting. However, this shouldn't really be a big concern right now. Plenty of big men have come into the league and struggled with shooting, only to develop a reliable shot of experience. And while the three-point shot is dominating the league right now, it isn't necessarily the end of the world for a big man not to be able to shoot the ball. In Şengün's case, however, this doesn't seem like a major issue. He's a good free-throw shooter, so there's potential there for him to develop a three-point shot with time.
Well, Alperen can't shoot it that well from 3, but neither could Joel Embiid when he first came to the NBA. When he would take a 3, he would do his awkward pump fake, and you're like, oh my God, what's he doing out there? But last year he shot 30%, and this year Joel Embiid shot 37%. So I'm thinking, once Alperen improves that, and once he has that threat, he's going to be almost unguardable, I feel like, because he's already established in the post. He can already do a lot of spin moves, hook shots. Once he gets the spin, he can dunk it. And once he establishes that threat of maybe shooting it 36% from 3, he's going to be the most unguardable players in the league, I believe.
Many will bat away criticism of Şengün by reminding you he is just 18 years old and dominated a league of fully grown men to easily claim the MVP. Which is true. After all, no one expects him to be the finished product straight away, which is what makes him such an exciting player. For Şengün, the sky is truly the limit. There's no doubt Şengün has the potential to be a star in the NBA and even the first Turkish All-Star. There's limitless possibilities for this 6'10" centre. Some even compare him to Nikola Jokic, the recent MVP of the league. But to reach those heights is a big ask which many have failed to live up to before. However, few before him have had the allure of Şengün.